more ex-friends than a 64-year-old couple.
You.
Welcome back, disloyal listeners. Welcome back to Shrink This Season
With Nick
2.
Scopoletti. Oh.
Shrink This with Lisa Lampanelli back for Season 2. Didn't you miss us? Didn't those 3 months feel like an eternity? Didn't it just feel like what happened to my life? Tuesday comes around and there's no Lisa. I have to listen to something else. Something that's better, more popular, and well-produced. Well, speaking of well-produced, guess whose producer came back with a vengeance?
Yeah.
Our producer, little Miss Celia, has survived and thrived and is living her best.
She's wearing a bra. Her tits are by her chin.
Celia's back, and Nick Scopoletti, my unpaid, untalented, bald, not as fat and girthy sidekick.
Yeah.
Look at you, Nick.
I'm here, ladies. What's up?
Oh, stop it. Nick, where could they find you on social?
You can find me at Nick Scopes on Instagram and TikTok and Uber Eats.
And where can you find me?
You can find you on Instagram at Lisa Lampanelli.
And where can you find Celia?
And you can find Celia
nowhere.
at Zara shopping for new clothes.
Yeah,
for her high tits now.
She's nailing life. So we took a little break, and I'm telling you, the half dozen emails of, where have you been? There were a full 6 people who gave a shit. Now, I've named all those people in a previous podcast, and they are actually just my friends. No one else cared, but we came back anyway because we're contractually obligated to.
That's right. Well, you are. Yes.
I am, yes.
Me.
So I have to ask you, let's find out an update of everyone's life that's happened in 3 months. I will say nothing has changed for me. Same blue hair, same Junos. I'm back. I'm yelling the N-word. Just kidding. By that, I mean nutrition.
Yeah, right.
Because when I look at the two of you, I'm like, you two have been killing it physically.
That's right.
Nick, what's changed for you? You're looking good.
Still funny and well hung, dog. Hit me up at Nick Scopes on Instagram.
No, don't.
Oh.
Do not hit him up. Let him learn the lesson that when he talks like that, he gets no reward. Who is not a good boy right there?
Me.
And Celia. We have Celia. Speaking of good girls.
Yes.
Celia is back. Now, did you fight to produce someone else instead? Did you say, like, I have 3 months off from them. I'm so glad they're gone.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm kind of trying to assess if I believe you.
Yeah. I'm telling the truth.
Do you enjoy your time even after, for those of you who don't remember, the last episode that we taped back, when the hell was that? September. We kind of tried to fix Celia, grilled her a little, gave her a hard time, but from what I think sounded like sound advice. So you didn't take that badly, and you actually decided to reconnect with us now?
Yeah, I did. I had a good time last season, so I'm back.
Wait, was it? Is that like, are you squinting? Is that your tell for I really hate it and I'm lying?
No.
I really love you, daddy kind of thing? Even though I'm mad at you.
I'm your daddy now.
Yeah, that's right. All right, so let's update what happened in your life since our break. Because for those of you who might not remember, a quick recap, Celia came to us. We were going to do a full episode called Fixing Celia, where we'd fix all her issues. She had one fight that week. That's all we got to. Because she a messy bitch who was raised in a divorced household by wild immigrant Italians. One's a drug addict. We're not sure which one. I'm sure she's lying. And we're like, but what's really annoying her is her friend. Okay, yeah, that's the issue. That must be it. So did you, the friend was mad at you because you had been diagnosed a hypochondriac, which I fully was truthful about, that I would not be friends with a person like that because it would annoy me. I'd put them in the back seat. Your friend was triggered by this, was annoyed with you, and had told you a laundry list of things wrong. And you took this very personally. You were angry, and I advised you to calm the fuck down, assess what you love about her, make some lists of things you adore and are grateful that she has brought into your life, and maybe have a constructive, non-violent talk. Did you do any of these things?
I did.
Wait, what?
I really did.
All of them?
No.
Okay.
I didn't make the list, but I did everything else.
Okay, which was? What happened? What transpired?
Well, I'll tell you. So we did our episode, and that night, Dua Lipa was playing at Madison Square Garden.
Mm-hmm.
So I went, and I don't know what it was about, like, I don't know. I think it was the combination of just kind of being told how it is with humor, as well as the fact that I had gone to therapy 4 out of 5 of the weekdays that week.
Wow, good for you.
And like concerts are really therapeutic for me. I just think like all of that combined, I was in the cab on the way home from the Dua Lipa concert, and I was like, you know what, I was wrong. Like I was wrong, and I needed to like oh my God, I cannot believe I acted like that in general. Like in like the grand scheme of things, what I was being confronted about, she was like right in some sense, maybe not all of the way, and the communication maybe wasn't great, but like she had a point. So in the cab from the Dua Lipa concert, I was listening to like cathartic music, looking out the window, and then I wrote like a long text, just kind of putting it all out there, like reflecting and falling on my sword. And then I had therapy again the next day. So I read it through with her and was just like, what do you think? And she was like, this is like what I've been trying to tell you for all 4 of these days.
But isn't it funny how it took a therapist 5 days and it took me an hour? I have to say, just to interject
And
a
me,
commercial
too.
for
I was part
myself,
of that.
Lisa Lampanelli is a terrific non-certified therapist. I think you all should cancel all your appointments, go off your medication, take Tylenol and become autistic, and just listen to me.
That's me.
But
man.
no, I pride myself on giving you a few hints.
No, for sure.
But also, obviously, I'm joking about the therapy. That is really transformative.
Yeah, I think it was like kind of the combination. I needed like some tough, funny love, and then also like kind of gentle parenting almost.
Yeah,
from
I'm
my
not doing that.
therapist. Yeah, so
Yeah, that
I kind
part's
of got
not
the
me.
best of both.
Yeah.
And then I figured it out. And so I sent the text, and it ended up fine. Now we're like chilling.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So when she got the text where you were like, what did you say? Like,
I can read it.
if it's that long, I'll be bored.
I'll read like the first couple of sentences.
Okay.
Let's see.
Here we go. She has to scroll through everybody who's yelled at her today and made her change studios. By the way, speaking of which, you leave 3 months. Look, they put you in the downgraded loser studio. Gotta say, these iHearts, that whole thing where you're like, oh my God, make them miss you, doesn't work.
Yeah.
Because they did not miss us, and they said, go in the little room.
They don't give a fuck.
Everyone
dude.
puts baby in a corner.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, so did you find it?
Yeah. I'm just going to read the last sentence because it summarizes it.
Oh, good.
Thank y'all for bearing with me. And again, I apologize for the discomfort, stress, and fear that I might have caused. All I can do is try my best and put my best foot forward, and that's my plan. I'm always here for y'all no matter what, and I hope this doesn't drive a wedge between me and the 2 of y'all.
Wow. Other than
Y'all.
those y'alls, which I want to punch you vigorously in the face 12
can't help
times,
that.
you can.
But that's my
We
my
are
addiction.
going to... What?
Speaking
my
of, you
addiction.
gotten any diction these last couple of months?
That is my diction, and I will never change it. I
Okay,
don't want
that's
to.
not diction. That's my language.
jargon.
Jargon. There you go. Diction is how you speak.
Yeah, it is. That's how I speak.
Not, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Look up diction. Look up
Well,
diction.
my phone's over
Yeah,
there.
well,
I'm focused.
Stand your ass up and look. Diction means how you actually say physically a word, how it comes out of your mouth. Y'all is jargon. And I
spell it
think,
with a
honestly,
K?
I'd love to analyze sometime in the future, maybe the season 2 cliffhanger, of you being so attached to your little isms like that. Like, that's my diction. That's my thing. I have to, my identity as a Southerner, I'm clinging
from
to
the
it
South.
using that. So we'll just do that at some other point.
I don't feel that way, though.
Well, yeah, but didn't I make you realize shit you didn't realize last week? So maybe just say thank you. Look at me and say, I would be happy to have this help.
I like
would be
crawfish, and I don't like black
Yeah,
people.
I know. I only know that because I have an ex-friend Who this bitch?
Who has more ex-friends?
Nobody has more ex-friends than a 64-year-old cunt. There's your little thing for the beginning of the show.
Yeah,
That's the one.
You do.
She would turn on that fucking accent when she thought she needed it. When they want to flirt, when they want to be more like, oh, I'm so unique.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't unique like me. And I go, stop with the fucking Alabama shit. No one's buying it, bitch. So we're not friends. But anyway, so what does diction mean, Nick?
Diction is the choice. Just like being gay, it's a choice. The choice and use of words and phrases in speech or writing.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good definition.
Number 2 says the style of enunciation in speaking.
That's
or
what
singing.
I'm talking about. It's enunciation. It's prolapdanus.
Emancipation Proclamation.
Oh, man, you can tell we haven't been behind a mic in 3 months. We're so fucking stupid
Dude,
and
I'm
giddy.
so wet.
I know. Nothing's changed with him. But Celia, I think are you happy now with how your relationship with your friends have washed out?
Yes. I think I'm still getting used to changing.
What needed to change?
Like what we talked about, like who I talk to about certain things.
Right. It's just discerning and judgment.
Mhm.
It's like who I pick to do certain things with, you know?
Yeah, I guess it's just harder because like it's my place of home. Like it's my home.
But
Like,
even if you would grow up, say, if you had 3 brothers and sisters and 2 parents, right? You might be like, oh, that's the sister that I go to for that.
Yeah, totally.
That's the mom. Mom doesn't like that subject. Maybe dad does.
But I guess I mean there's like nobody in my home who can fit the like what it was. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
So you have to farm out
Yeah,
some of
like
this.
like in my home, I have to kind of censor some of the things that I say.
Sometimes
or
you people
be-
need to censor yourself.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, it's a little much.
And by you people, we mean women.
Yeah. But I also think with you and all of us, I think the best question that got the best results last week when we taped it ages ago. I had to listen to it again so I'd remember what she was yapping about. The thing that got the best results was asking you if you had a friend with this problem, what would you say to them?
Yeah.
Because you had that knowledge in you. So a lot of that is doing that daily.
Mm-hmm.
Say you're home, you feel like unhinged about some problem and you can't go to them. Okay, so what would my best self tell me? What would I say to somebody I was coaching through this? You'd be like, you can journal about this. You can just talk yourself down off the ledge. A lot of this self-soothing can happen.
Mm-hmm.
So you won't, not that you're a burden to everyone, but if there's someone around who you feel you are a burden to, you can work on it yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's what I think I'm learning still. Like it's a process.
If you're working at this young age on self-soothing and nervous system regulation, which is really important, dude, think about, like, you won't be some unhinged, crazy person in their 30s who's, like, hitting their kid or yelling at them or yelling at the husband. Like, it just all saves so much trouble if you can actually take a second and do it yourself.
I agree and I disagree.
Yeah, because self-work doesn't work.
No, because I think, like I said in the last episode, I've been in therapy for so long that in different therapists, like it's not like the same person. I've tried different things, different methods, like eye movement therapy, everything.
Right.
Yet I still, like you would think, I have like a novel of knowledge in self-soothing and therapy and all of that, but yet I still can't seem to really enact the things that I've learned over 12 years.
I mean, not yet.
Yeah.
But it's called a practice for a reason.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody I was coaching the other day about having a gratitude practice. And, oh, do I have to do it every day? Well, it's called practice.
Yeah.
If you want to get good at gratitude or anything else, you got to go to the gym of this thing and make it happen. So you can't be there yet. You just have to daily, when the things come up, just question it. And if you end up just venting to the wrong person, okay, I made a mistake. It's fine. You know, I'll live. They know I'm doing my best. I'm trying. But yeah, you'll just noticing it makes you make the progress.
Yeah.
That's all you can do, man. It's just, I get the same way. I know exactly what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
There's times where I've gone to therapy and I'm like, I'm in there and I'm like, I'm 37 years old. Like, why don't I know this already? And it's like, well, I didn't do any of this shit forever.
Yeah.
And now I'm just starting to fucking do it. Like, for the last 3-4 years. But there's moments where I look at it and I'm like you almost feel, I know for me, and Lisa always tells me not to be, but like, I'm like embarrassed that I have to like reach out to friends or reach out to a therapist.
No,
like,
totally.
I get what you're saying, but like, you just, like she said, it's a practice, dude. You just have to keep going.
Yeah.
Because there's people who don't do it, and you can tell, and there are people usually you don't want to be around.
Yeah.
And I've said this before to Lisa, like, there's moments where I'm like, where you're working on your shit and it's so hard, but you're like, oh, but those people, just ignorance is bliss over there.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh.
Yeah.
But
it's not.
Right.
Because they aren't people who are operating from their highest good, and you don't want to be around that. You know, so you're doing all the right stuff. You guys are very hard on yourselves because look, I'm 64 and I'm still like going to the shrink once a week. You know, you won't need to keep having emergency sessions 5 times a week. You know, you'll probably, even if it went down to 4 or 3 or some weeks it's 5, who cares? But it's staying in the game and just doing it. But also learning, maybe ask the shrink for a refresher course on self-soothing or on emotional regulation, because you may be ready to hear it now and practice it now, whereas if you heard about it 2 years ago, maybe it didn't land.
Yeah. And I got a new like specialist for my hypochondria.
That's great.
So that way I think I'll learn a lot of new things.
Yeah, so it's all going well. It seems like to me. We'll
Just
keep it up.
chilling.
We'll keep checking on you and making sure you're not unhinged.
yeah, you bitch.
One thing we did bring you before we go on a break is we were a little sick of you and your baggy fucking clothes
Did you get me a stitchy?
and your braless bullshit.
Your tits that hang.
I have brought you. Hold on.
stitchy?
Wait, no, drum roll. please.
Relax. Told you it was a good surprise, you psycho.
Thrifting is my life. I have brought you. I thrifted my favorite shop, which was my garage, where all my clothes were, that I was like, well, these will come in handy for some gay pride thing someday. Instead, I brought them to you.
Yeah.
And I brought you brides. I brought Celia an enormous sports bra.
Yeah, nude
Because
color, too.
These girls today
Sexy.
don't want to wear a bra. Well, then just pretend you're doing a sport and you wear a sports bra, and here's a real bra. Never worn.
Those
right
are
there.
mine.
Look at those titties. Boos. So you are gifted.
There's more. There's clothes. in
There's
there, so yeah.
clothes. There's
It's
a
not just
ton of
bras.
clothes. There's these lovely. That's from
that's
J.
cute.
Crew. There's Adidas sweats.
Wow.
There's Zara, 2 pairs of Zara jeans. And there's actually a really good pair of NYDJ jeans. This is my way of saying to you, you floppy titted cunt. I don't care if you wear them. I don't care if you don't throw them in the garbage.
I would never do
You would give them to Goodwill or to somebody who needs them. And these are all maybe worn once. So what I have to say is, this is a way of you saying, oh, let me see what clothes that fit look like. Then I'll get rid of them. It's fine. Let me see if I feel even infinitesimally a little better with clothes that fit and show who I am. And like I said, you don't have to. You can get rid of them. I don't care. But figure out that you are allowed to look good. How does that land for you? Or do you feel this has been such a traumatic thing for you to look at 2 of my old bras?
No, thanks.
I enjoyed it.
That's very kind.
Really?
I appreciate it.
Oh, I do love people who can receive a gift.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because some people can't. They're like, no, I don't. So you don't feel as a Gen Zer, oh, how dare you control my body?
No.
I almost didn't bring them, Nick. I swear to God, they were in my garage.
Celia's cool, bro. She's got enough trauma.
Yeah, but you know what? Like sometimes when you say to somebody, wear a bra, they go, I will not inherit your generation's shame over their
Oh, my
titties.
God.
Well, they're overthinking.
They are.
The only thing
Not
I
that
was
deep.
thinking
It's
about is
okay,
those,
good. All right.
those are your old bras?
Well, I didn't wear them, but yes.
You had some cannons on you. That's what I kept thinking. It was like,
Yeah.
tits like that.
I push him down.
Yeah.
I push him down. So enjoy. Oh, we focused
Thank
a lot on
God.
Celia. We haven't focused on Nick, but he hasn't really earned it.
I think we should focus on me more, if
No.
I'm being honest.
Mic off, please, for Nick. Something else, as I said, had come up during the discussion with Celia last episode, where during a segment on her being worried, I got a text randomly from my funeral director because, I pay in advance to not trouble anyone, girl,
Classic Guinea.
because I was worried that my headstone would not be installed in time if I were to meet an untimely demise. So as we're talking to Celia about worry, I get the text saying, congratulations, the headstone's in. You have nothing to worry about anymore. I go, isn't this ironic that I wasted 10 months of every once in a while it coming up going, oh man, I'm so worried it's not going to happen. Suppose I die in a car wreck. I mean, it'd be terrible. Somebody else would have to follow up. I was like, look at that. I worried for nothing. Well, this is what happened yesterday. I finally get the nerve up. It takes me months. Now, I'm a big cemetery gal. I enjoy putting a flower on there, whatever. I work up the nerve to go look at the headstone. It's not going to have my name on it. Duh, that would be really fucking weird if it did already. There's something that happened. I guess I didn't measure it. It is literally 2 times the size of everyone's headstone.
But isn't that on brand? Isn't that on brand?
In the entire cemetery. I drive up and, okay, what you have to know is I helped my mom pick out my dad's and hers. I thought it was, it's gorgeous. It really is probably the nicest one I've ever seen. It's black. It's shiny. It has an etching of one of my dad's paintings on it, a lighthouse. It's beautiful. Stars, moons, and really beautiful poem on the bottom. And it's not gaudy. It's very sort of New England, right? Because he loved Cape Cod. That tombstone at the time cost $15,000.
Oh.
So, but it's for my dad and mom. Who cares? My mother was like, I don't care. So this tombstone I saw when we were picking that out. It had a star inlay and a moon inlay. And I go, isn't that sweet? It kind of matches theirs. It's like, the child of these people. Mm. Well, yesterday I drive up. It is literally double the size of my parents. So they have this little dwarfed little
Are we
fucking...
talking like the size of this TV, maybe?
Probably.
Like the width?
Yeah, no, it is. It's
I'm
bigger,
trying to find a
but taller too. So my parents is the most appropriate size. It would have never dawned on me that it would be big. Like it was like, because it was already existed. So I wouldn't have measured. I just loved it. My mother actually liked it when she saw it. She goes, oh, that's so sweet. So I'm assuming it's going to look right. They put it in, and I look at this thing, and I am so embarrassed. And I have tons of shame starts to come in. And I'm like, oh, my God. And I keep taking pictures of it from different angles. The ironic part, by the way, is that it was already made. So he gave it to me at a discount. So it only cost $10,000. So I literally think to myself, logically, okay, it only costs 2/3 of what my parents did, but it looks like I think I'm a big shot. And I started having shame. I actually started crying. I'm like, this is probably the first time I mentioned it, so I might get tearful. Oh my God, everyone's going to think I'm bragging. Everyone's going to think I think who the fuck I am. Everyone's going to think, oh, she has money, so she had to be better than her parents. And I literally just sat there and I said, what would I say to Celia? And I did. I go, if you were coaching someone with this problem, what would you say? And I instantly knew, Nick knows this because he's seen a show that I wrote about this. There was no one on the fucking earth who was more stoked that I did well except my mother. My mother was like, when we went to see a house once that I lived in, she grabs the waiter's hand. She says, look at this. Look at this place. And my daughter did this, and she did it all herself. Nobody helped her. She's self-made. So I was like, wait a minute. That's what she'd say about this. First of all, she had already loved how it looked. Second, she would be like, so what? You're the big shot. Oh, you good. Fucking good. And my dad would be, just from an artistic standpoint, would have loved it because it's just so pretty. And I even thought then, what would I say to someone who was coaching? So I would tell them to remember that. And then I would also remember, I can have written on that stone anything I want. Sure, originally I wanted to put big dick energy on it. But this stone literally has big dick energy.
You don't have to.
It literally does.
I
may
It'd be overkill.
I just might put it on the back.
Yeah.
So nobody. On the front, I honestly said to myself, I want to have carved on it, the real stars are over there, and point, because they're to my right, or they're the real stars. And I'm the only one who needs to know what that means. And P.S., of course I worry, will my cousins come and judge me? Will, aunts or uncles, grandparents, whatever, whoever ever exists, nieces and nephews, will be like, boy, she thought she was better than her parents. I can't control what they think. Yeah. They probably wouldn't anyway. Right. But it's just me coaching myself. And again, that's the self-soothing through because at first, Celia, I swear to God, I was like, I have to call Amy. I have to call her. I know she's at work, but this is an emergency. I'm about to cry. I let myself cry. And by the way, crying, as you know, doesn't kill you. It lasted literally 30 seconds. And I was like, oh. Then my head, it cleared up a little. The headache cleared up. And then I was coached myself through it. So that's what I'm talking about with the self-soothing. I said, oh, this is really great. And then I go, wouldn't this be a great topic for a podcast? Because how many kids out there have done better than their parents and have guilt over it? How many of them have parents who make them feel guilty, or they haven't lived up to what their parents want? And I was like, I think we got to do a podcast on those parental expectations and how we feel when we underdo, don't measure up, or surpass them. And is that okay? Does this make sense to you, Nick?
100%. Yeah. I love that are you really going to engrave that? The stars are over there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Because I truly feel that way. There's no me without them.
True.
I
think for that, while you were talking, I just kept thinking about one of my friends, whenever I'm going through stuff, and this kind of goes back to what we said earlier when we were talking to Celia about how I feel shame about reaching out to friends about things, or if something doesn't go, I feel like I'm bothering people, which we all get that, right? But knowing, and one of my friends who I'm close to, who I vent to, he told me, he's like, dude, if you spend your time worrying about what other people think, he's like, he's like, you're not going to get shit done. You're just going to be walking around looking for approval and all this stuff. So, I totally get that. The older I've gotten and the more the work I've done, I would say even from 2 years ago or a year ago, I really cared about what people think, and slowly it's just really falling away, and that just comes from doing work on shit.
I know, it's all us going, that old cliche, what they think about me is none of my business.
Right.
It's so hard to enact that, The
hardest.
But I mean, also there's, first of all, even 24 hours later, this is literally less than 24 hours later, I'm like, oh, I don't have to really vent to a friend. It's fine. I probably will mention it to the shrink if I remember, but it felt traumatic in the moment. But then I'm like, make some good out of it. Do the podcast about it. You can kind of, I even think it's kind of funny now. I didn't fucking measure it. I literally made a mistake.
Dude,
I really
I've
want
done.
to see it.
I've done.
So do I.
Yeah,
I really
you guys,
wanna see it.
honestly, you'll probably not think it's ridiculous, but it's just because it has nothing written on it yet or anything. It looks like this big behemoth thing. But I'm like, you know what? And the fact that really is saving me a lot of trouble is that it cost 2/3. So it wasn't me big shotting it. I took a secondhand gravestone, probably intended for somebody who never picked it up, and I just didn't want mine to be forgotten. Now
they could put the price tag on it.
this whole thing about feeling you did better than your parents or you achieved more. The first time it really hit me was I was doing a show at Foxwoods and they gave me a really nice hotel suite, like a banger suite. And I walk around and I'm like, well, this is great. And I started taking pictures. And then I'm like, oh, why does this feel weird? I don't know. And so I was like, oh, because mom and dad would never have treated themselves to that. So it's me feeling the survivor's guilt of them growing up in the Depression, not treating themselves, but then going, wait, like this is part of the deal. I get to have this suite because I earned it. They wouldn't default me for it. They'd get a kick out of the pictures, but there is a guilt that comes with doing better. And then the way I assuaged the guilt a lot of the time was just to feel it and then be generous to them. Like I remember with the Grammys, the first time I was nominated, oh my God, I flew everyone out to LA. Everyone stayed at the Ritz-Carlton. It was like where, they could pay for nothing. So you should do that. That's how you take care of your parents or whatever. So Nick, do you ever have anything about like, holy shit, you don't have that much to live up to when it comes to your parents.
I was literally just about
if
to
you
say
live
the
past,
bar...
you've already lived past your mother's expiration date.
I know.
So the bar for you is what with your dad?
Yeah, I mean, mom died at 32. I'm 37, so we beat that.
You win.
Dad's gone bankrupt twice.
Mm-hmm.
He lives in like an in-law apartment of this person's house, and like he's 75 and he works he's a janitor in the mornings at a senior center and works at a fast food place at night. So like the bar's pretty low for like for my accomplishments, but there's little things like my apartment I live in now I absolutely love.
Yeah.
And like it just like makes, there's times I stand in that apartment, I'm like, I can't believe I live here. Like I really, and it's like I don't have nothing to compare it to because everyone around me, every adult has blown everything. So the fact that like I even have a 401k or anything, I'm like, oh.
So you didn't have high things to live up to, but do you have any guilt or shame about, oh, is this making my dad feel bad, or should I just stay at? Because some people will keep themselves small in order to fit in with the family system of I'm not rocking the boat. I'm going to live like a monk. It's okay if I don't spend anything.
The only thing I'm afraid of, and I do have these tendencies, I don't have any of that. And my dad's not like that at all. My dad, because he's lost so much, he's like he comes to my apartment, he's like, this is great. Like he's like, he has no anything like that, and I don't have any guilt at all. I think if anything, the thing I do fight is that I do have the tendency to say like, fuck it, and spend more money than I should. And my only fear, like my biggest fear in my 20s, not as much now, but was like, I don't want to end up like my dad.
Right.
So especially when I was living with him, I was like, this sucks. And like I couldn't afford to get out at the time, and he had no money, and I was like, where the fuck does this go? Like, how does this end?
Yeah, how does this generational thing ever stop?
And now there's like enough of a gap where I'm like, yeah, I have school debt and some credit card shit and whatever, and I pay for a car and whatever, but like the fact that I could even afford things and still be able to live a life is like huge to me. I could be better, sure, but there's for me it's like I get scared of that. Like I don't want to turn into that.
Well, so basically what is great about this is you have a very uncomplicated relationship with this. It's just like, it doesn't matter if I do better or worse than him. It's not all muddied up by some weird guilt that you didn't earn. Because part of me was always, wouldn't I have been a better person if I could always live small, because then I'd be just like them. And then because of my fucking Enneagram type 8 personality, which we'll do Enneagram pretty soon on this podcast, personality disorder. Because of that, like boss energy I have, I couldn't have lived at that level. That wasn't my level to have. And my mother knew it. She was not like suggesting, well, stay small and just go to, secretary's school, like just be, a different job. My mother would not have wanted me to live in a small house. She never said live in a big house, but she was thrilled to death and got a kick out of it. So I think like with this headstone, it brought up like, oh, they're still getting a kick out of it. They're still going, this is pretty cool. I remember when I played Radio City and my mom, I called her out in the audience and I was like, look at this cunt. When are you going to die already so I get the house? But I always wanted the house. It's small. It's sweet. And she stood up and she turns around to the whole crowd and she's looking and waving. She loved being part of the bigness. So the bigness of this headstone is just another thing that I think she's part of, but I had to work through that.
Yeah, I will say that reminds me, my dad, the only thing he ever, like, when I started comedy, right, because obviously not a lot of people make it, and when I started comedy, he would sit down and he goes, like, you making money from this thing, or what is this?
Yeah.
And I'd be like, no, not yet, and now I do, but, like, obviously not enough to live on. And, you know, he would just be like, he goes, you know, just, like, have fun with it. You don't have to become this big person and blah, blah, blah. And old me would have taken it as, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
My dad doesn't believe in me?
Right.
What the fuck? But, like, when your dad's sitting in his fast food uniform with the visor, and I'm like, I'm making a joke, but I'm not, and he has the headset on for the drive-thru, and he's 75, and he's like, he wants me to be careful. He doesn't want me to turn into that. It's not coming from a place of, like, I don't think you're good, or you shouldn't do this. It's not. He's just like, you know, you got a good job. That's
just
what he always
be
would
cautious.
say. You got a good job. Don't. And I was like,
Right.
nothing's happened. Like, we're not leaving work.
But I think too, like a lot of it's them stuff they would warn themselves about.
Of course.
Like he would be like he's a drummer, so yeah. And also he actually had some wisdom in knowing you can have fulfillment from a small comedy life or a small musical life like he did. It really isn't that much better when you're at the top.
Yeah.
So what's cool is that's actually a pretty sound message.
Yeah, no, the older I get, the more I'm like, oh, he actually makes more sense. And like my dad probably had similar to you, obviously not have success like you, but his parents were straight out of the Depression, and they were real tight on money and wouldn't buy him certain clothes. And he said, fuck it. And he got like 2 jobs, and he was big on clothes and the look and his band and blah, blah, blah. But that stuck with him through life, and he overspent his certain lifestyle because he hated how he grew up.
Yep.
Like, he hated that his mother and his father were so tight and cheap, and he was like, I'm not going to fucking be that. And he paid the price for it, and he didn't have any control over anything. But it was like a rebellion for him. The more I realize it, I'm like, oh, he just wanted to not be like them, but he could have at least like maybe had a safety net.
But well, what it is basically is looking at the qualities that they had that are worth pulling forward and leaving the rest behind. You know, so with my mother, it's just like I like that badass personality and the fact that she was a good saver, but she would have never been like, who do you think you are? You're too big for your britches.
Yeah,
she wanted us to be too big for our britches. She wanted us to accomplish stuff without saying it. We could just get that vibe. So I'm like, I can't be ashamed of the tombstone and the fact that it is monstrously big. And also, like, I am a celebrity, as you know, but I'm going to get it engraved with my real last name on it. So it's the real person's there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe I should also put AKA Lisa Lampanelli, best comic who ever lived. But other than that, the real stars are on the right.
That's right.
Yeah. If you have a question for us, because season 2's going to fit in to be a banger, as they say, y'all. Season 2 about to be a banger, y'all. Celia's steaming.
I have one thing to say.
Oh, no. Why keep the mic on if saying nothing
What?
interesting?
Let's go.
Go ahead. Hurry up.
Well, now I don't want to
Hurry
No,
up.
shut up.
Hurry up.
Say something.
I read out my text,
Hey.
and the only response I got was
You are correct.
You're right.
was the
Okay,
You're right.
Nick,
You're
first
right.
letter.
You're
No,
right.
you're right. We were wrong. Okay, go ahead, Nick. No, I think your words were fantastic, and I think that is a very astute and knowledgeable thing, and a nice chance you took just now, correcting us and bringing to attention what you need. I think that is terrific. I think it shows a lot of growth and balls and guts, and I say to you, thank you for trusting us with that. Now, the text was great. I would love to see the whole thing, if you would,
I'll show
at
you.
some point. But I'm very proud of you.
Thanks.
But don't say y'all anymore. No, mic off. Pretend your mic's off. Because I will not hear y'all out of your fucking mouth ever again. No!
I can't.
Who's
help
it?
it.
Stop it. You have control. Stop with the I can't help it. We had a mic conversation and it broke me. We had a y'all conversation and it broke me. It's not going to break you to stop saying y'all. Shut the
I'm
fuck up,
broken.
Nick. First letter. No, but honestly,
boy.
Celia, good job.
Thanks.
And no exaggeration. I'm very
Thank
proud
you.
of you.
Yeah.
Okay, Nick, the person I'm less proud of is you, so please give us a letter.
Dear
Yeah.
Lisa, Shut up, Celia. Don't try to jump on the bandwagon now. I'll fucking kill you. All right. Dear Lisa, my father and my grandfather were both lawyers who went to Yale.
Oh.
My older brother followed in their footsteps, but not me. I fucked around in school, got into trouble with drugs.
Oh,
I
same.
did end up graduating from Central Connecticut State University.
Yep.
Well, go Blue Devils, bitch. And now I'm a hairstylist.
Oh.
My mom was a hairstylist, but, you know.
No
she's
shade to
dead now.
hairstylists. We would be nowhere without them. At least me and Celia, you
I'm
don't
fucked.
need shit.
I get one for my pubes.
You
All right.
bald fuck.
Most days, I like what I do, but when I get together with my family, I always feel like such a loser.
Aw.
I go to therapy, but I still have some shame about my profession. Do you think shame will always be there? And if not, how do I shake it? Thanks, Ron from you live in Ansonia,
God,
Connecticut.
there's so much for Ron to be
Disgusting.
ashamed of.
You're a male hairdresser.
I mean,
one.
first of all, the gay shame alone.
Yeah.
Second, the living in the Ansonia, Connecticut shame. But honestly, I joke. Neither one of those is shameful. Here's what I like about Ron. He's living his truth, which is a fag hairstylist. And, you know, I know a fag hairstylist is one of my favorite people. My very good friend Anthony's husband, David. Thriving business. This is what people don't understand about hairstylists. They have a very difficult skill that none of us in this studio could do. They are professionals. They get to be creative. And P.S., they own businesses a lot of the time. So basically, you are your own boss. You can make the coffee in the morning, keep people out of the shop until you want them to come the fuck in. So Ron, I'm proud of him for doing his thing. The problem is he says he has shame about it. So somewhere along the lines, he got the message, which obviously with the, you know, father and grandfather being Yale educated lawyers, you're going to get somehow from, even if it wasn't your parents, from the culture at large, that you should be doing more. You should have a better education. You should, because you had the advantages. I also think he has shame about effing up his college, because he says he fucked around in school, got in trouble with drugs. You have to work on shaking loose that shame, because guess what? We all fucked around at some point in our lives and screwed up. He's still alive. If he had really fucked up with drugs, he wouldn't be alive right now. So the fact is, if he goes to some kind of therapy, figures out that there was nothing wrong with experimenting drugs, he's fine. He has enough skill and talent to make a great living and something that's a noble profession, then maybe he could work on that internalized shame and shake it. Because to show up at a family thing and feel that, I don't envy that for him.
None at all. Luckily, my family's all retarded.
Stop it. I don't think we're allowed to say that word anymore.
You can. It's
shut
fine.
up. You reclaimed it because you are one.
That's exactly. I could say it.
But I mean, it is sad when somebody has like a job that anyone else would. I actually would rather listen to him talk about his clients and about hairstyling than lawyer talking about the dumb shit they do at Yale. You know?
Yeah, I think you just need to stop caring what people think, man. I like. He said he feels like he's a loser.
Yeah, but that's
anyone,
shame. That's shame. Loser comes from shame. Actually, is different from guilt. Guilt, as we know, is if you did something wrong.
Right.
So see how when Celia read the text and I didn't address anything other than the y'all. I did something wrong. So instead of me feeling guilty about it, I would have felt guilty if I went home and remembered it. We corrected it. So yes, I did something wrong. I apologized and corrected it. Shame is different from guilt, because it tells you, it's so deeply entrenched from whatever society's telling you or your folks or your ancestry, that you are wrong. Not that you did something wrong, that you are wrong. You're broken. So poor Ron, homosexual hairdresser who owns his own shop, on drugs still, I'm imagining, feels there's something broken about him, and that's worth a deep dive, because boy, once you could shed that, like I know I do things wrong all the time, but I know I'm not broken, and that's a sad way to go through life.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's just all in his head. Like I guarantee his family doesn't think that way or feel that way at all.
But that's not the point, because again, shut his mic off.
I'm just saying,
no.
that's what I'm thinking
No,
of.
for maybe they do. The whole thing is to be able to withstand the. Is that all you're doing with your life? And you just have no shame about it. Once you've unearthed and worked on the shame, and it is trauma therapy. That would be trauma therapy. That'd be deep somatic stuff. You're not going to talk your way out of this one. This isn't talking to a therapist. This is really feeling it and getting it in your body that there's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken as a person. Once you do that, somebody could say, your job looks like it sucks. And you could be like, that's fine. You just want everything to sort of be like, it's fine. Like, I should be able to sell 6 tickets to some live taping or whatever and be like, that's fine. Those 6 people are the ones who needed to show up.
Right.
Because that's without shame. But you have to work on that. So, Ron, I wish you luck, girl. Have more shame about the gay stuff, though.
Yeah.
That's a real brokenness.
You big homo. Fuck
Okay,
you,
next
Ron.
one. Speaking
All
of
right.
homos.
Speaking of homos, dear Lisa, my mom is an extremely successful novelist. Oh, I know grammar.
I know diction.
Do you know diction?
I know y'all's diction.
No, y'all diction.
I
Get
know-
y'all dick in here. Hey. My mom is an extremely successful novelist, and I'm also a writer, but have yet to publish my first book. Sometimes I feel like I should quit, since I'll never be as good as she is. Jesus Christ. Do you think I should give myself a deadline to publish, and if it doesn't happen, move on to something else? I'm 32 and feel completely lost. Thanks, Whitney from Berkeley, California.
I mean, the fact is, honestly, not
Kill
only should you
yourself.
quit, but suicide. No. Now, here's the thing. That is very tough. Like when you pick a profession that a parent has excelled in. Like I always felt sorry for Meryl Streep's daughters because you're talking about the greatest actress, some say, who has ever lived. She can do it all. And she's got those 3 daughters. Well, look at this. The one sticks. There's a bunch. They're very successful by any standard. They're not by a Meryl Streep standard because no one ever will be. But that one ends up on Gilded Age. She plays the battle axe Marion, who we're supposed to think is hotter than she is. I'm not buying it. It doesn't matter.
That's a good point.
I will say that is a very tough thing to have to live up to mom or dad and what they did. So this person has to divorce themselves from like really caring what they're putting on it, and ask yourself, do I actually like to write? Because writing's one of those things that it is up to it's up to the stars if you're going to make it or not. Like it is such a crapshoot with every kind of publishing shutting down and self-publishing and who knows what's going to go viral. Where you go, I have literally no control. If I never made it to my mother's extent or even to a small extent, would I love it enough to do it? If the answer is no, just don't do it.
Right.
But if you love it, I know it sounds woo-woo, but I'm sorry, the work is the reward. If you are sitting down every day and you're like, oh my God, this is so much fun, why would you even care if you're a success? That's just an external validation that you really don't need. I more would applaud a writer who stuck with it despite lack of material success. I was just like, oh my God, it just makes me happy. When I talk to people who are like, I'm a writer, I'm like, oh, what do you write? And they go, oh, I do like every day I have this thing I do. And I'm like, oh my God, I love that you love to sit there and do that. I have a friend who wrote a fucking mini series. Get this. I think it's like a limited series for herself because she was in a writing class. She has meetings with producers and things set up. But she's like, I just loved sitting every day and writing. I'm like, what's that like? Like, how cool is that? So she has to take out the mom's better than me. Because also, if we quit everything because someone's better than us, none of us would be doing anything. We would all be laying in bed. There's a billion better and more successful comics than me. I mean, 5 times the amount for Nick because what's he got to offer? Celia could say, oh, so-and-so's a better producer. Why don't I just quit? We wouldn't be doing anything actively. You just pursue excellence in your mind. So it might be not excellence by mom's standards, but by yours, and you just keep doing it. Celia, does this make sense to you? And please just be Nick and yell, fuck yeah.
It does.
No, does it make sense to you?
Fuck yeah.
Do you ever compare yourself like that to where you go, well, I'm not the best producer in the world. Maybe I should just quit.
I don't think I should quit.
What do you think you should do?
Be better.
Okay, so she just needs to keep working on her writing if she indeed loves it. It makes you be better. I remember years ago, they used to say Sinbad. Remember that comic Sinbad? when he was coming up, he had a poster of Eddie Murphy on his like bedroom wall, and he'd look at it every day and he'd say, "I'm catching up on you, motherfucker." So for him, it was motivating if it wasn't debilitating. So you can shift to where that is a tool, but if you don't love the thing, you're not going to want to do it anyway, even if you have mom's success or Eddie Murphy's success. Does that make sense?
It does. Hell yeah.
You say, oh,
Damn it,
Jesus
that's what
Christ.
I meant to say hell yeah.
I think I make total sense. Nick, could we have one last letter and make it the 5th one? I like number 5 best. It's on the next page. Dear Lisa.
Okay. Dear Lisa, my 2 brothers work for my father in the family business, a textile company.
Oh, 3 letters right there, J-E-W.
Yeah. My dad tried to get me to do the same thing, but I could never sit in an office all day.
Correct.
Now I'm a personal
Oh,
trainer with a
Jesus.
flexible schedule and
Fucking
love my freedom.
Loser.
I think my brothers are resentful I paved my own path and I'm not dependent on our father like they are. Makes sense. As for my dad, he barely talks to me anymore.
Oh boy.
It's sad to me that he's written me off just because I didn't conform, or maybe he thinks I rejected his work. He's a cold businessman, so discussing this with him is not realistic. What do you think I should do? Randy in Oakland.
You, Randy, should take some of that free time between training sessions to jerk off on your father's picture.
Yeah.
Just give him a splooge.
Come on, the
old
textiles,
kisser.
yeah.
There you go. Here's some textiles for you. Hey, how's that feel, y'all?
Hell yeah.
Here's what I have to say. These Jews are tough. I have to say, Randy, you got to get your head around. You built the life you want. You are volunteering for this suffering because you're torturing yourself. You don't know if your dad's mad because he barely talks to you anymore. You say, maybe he thinks I rejected his work. Well, how about you just guess a billion things about your dad, refuse to talk about him, and then just suffer? You can do that. Keep doing that, Randy. And then you're going to be mad at your clients and you're going to drop a weight on their fucking foot and they're going to end up with a broken back and they're going to be a dentist and not be able to operate on their clients. And then you're to blame for Celia's shitty life. If you don't understand any of that, just go back and listen to the previous episode.
Yeah.
No, you gotta say to yourself, let me either talk to my dad or find some peace around my decision. There's something in him that feels worthless in a way because he didn't do this path. Because you can't, everybody isn't built for the 9 to 5. Everybody isn't built for the structure of something like that. There's a safety in it. Sure, that's admirable. It wasn't your path, dude. But try to talk. I don't like this. He's a cold, business-like man, so discussing with him is not realistic. But at least you can talk about it to a shrink. Get it out there. There's this new therapy called, wait, let me get it right, systemic constellation therapy, which is where you actually talk to these people. It's group therapy. Someone will play the dad, someone plays mom, someone plays ancestors, etc. It's super powerful. And you can actually, even if someone's dead, converse with them and come to some realization. It's not magic. It takes a bunch of sessions, but it's fairly quick. It's not like years and years. And you can at least find peace within you if you think dad isn't going to give you any peace. It's not his job to do it. This is your struggle, and you'll be a better person if you learn through some decent therapy. Does that make sense, Nick? You're staring at me with not caring.
I thought you were still going. I was
She
waiting.
never shuts up, does she?
No,
I know.
I thought more was coming.
I'm just-
Hell yeah. No, just kidding. Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm a fat personal trainer. Think about that shame.
Mm-hmm. You gotta have shame around that.
I don't actually. But, yeah, poor Randy. Yeah, dude, like she said, fucking figure it out, bitch. Talk to your dad or fucking go to therapy.
Shut it off. Shut him off. Cut him out. Right, nothing, right, Celia? Nothing. He adds nothing.
That added nothing to the table.
I forgot. Dude, I thought I wasn't ready to start talking yet.
Yeah, we had to talk on the way here, me and this idiot. Every single time we drive to the city, he goes, so man,
Not every time.
Shut it up. I'll fucking...
Not every time.
I'm going right now and Elvis will charge me.
Yeah.
Every time So you lived all over the sea. What's your favorite neighborhood? Celia, what's your favorite neighborhood you lived in?
What?
But
I want to know.
guess how many times I've told him?
3.
15.
Yeah, like 17.
Upper West Side.
So I said.
Oh, you said Upper East Side. You fucking moron.
So you don't listen.
No, I'll tell you exactly what it does. He checks out. My mother used to do this too. I got used to it so I can read it, and I cannot get mad at it. I'm joking about it now, but it's like I get it. It's literally, my mother was always on to the next question before she listened to that answer. So it's just they're uncomfortable as humans. They're obviously very not well evolved.
Yeah.
So
she loves that.
That's what she was doing during this letter, where I was talking about this new fucking therapy that he should probably be in, to be honest. And he had to figure it's too close to the bone. He has to check out, and he just sat there staring. Then he pretended that it was because she's not done talking yet. And then all of a sudden comes out with his fuck yeah. So let's do take 2 where you're just going to be Nick. And you're just going to do the fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Don't dishonor me like that. No, I thought you had more to say.
Wait, can I ask a question about this therapy?
Oh, you can use it.
No.
Go ahead.
What
Brad did it with me.
So what do you... So you're pretending to talk to people in your family? Is that what's happening?
It's literally like you're seeing what comes up around this issue with them.
Okay.
So it could be as literal as starting with, Dad, I really feel like blah, blah, blah.
Oh, so you're
but
talking
it
as if they're
evolves
there.
into like ancestors and how it's, a lot of this is intergenerational trauma. A lot of it is that the grandfather expected that, and then the great-grandfather. And so you have to really kind of get where everyone's on your team in that room. And when Brad and I did it about an issue I had, I just felt like by the time, it sounds magical, but I don't care because I know it works. Whatever was bothering me for that session, that was leading up to that session, had been bothering me for years. And it still exists, but the charge is gone.
It's less.
I no longer have shame about it. I no longer have guilt about it. I no longer have like, I'm a loser. So a lot of this loser stuff comes from what the other generations felt about themselves.
Yeah.
And then we take it on. So it's really powerful. People should look it up.
Dude,
but
I gotta
you probably
say...
won't, because the only one who seems to do what I say is Celia, and that is why she's my favorite, y'all.
Dude, yeah.
I don't care.
Dude, I don't know why when you said the therapy and conversing with different family members, I thought it was like people were there, like actors, like people pretending.
They are.
Thank you.
Oh, they are.
No, but there's other people are there.
It's group therapy, yes.
But
they all take it very. It's not like it's joking.
But you said you did it with Brad solo.
Brad because he said I don't do it in groups. I do it solo. Would you be willing to do that? Just to see if it worked at all. Yes, but no.
So
sometimes
people
it's
are pretending to be.
They don't act like that.
No,
They
I
don't,
know, but
get a
like
I think it's just
mustache.
like, pretend I'm your mom. How would you speak to me?
Yeah,
Like
or what do you need to tell me?
That
What's
freaks-
coming up for you right
Yeah.
now? What do you remember? And boy, it's frickin', I know it sounds woo-woo, but dude, it's powerful as fuck.
freaks me out, but I should probably do it.
You should probably do a lot of things, and none of them are things you're going to do.
Like
the
what?
only one who seems to listen is Celia, and that is why on this first episode of season 2,
Nick is fired.
she gets the applause break that she's never gotten before. Yay!
Look at her face. She's so
Wow.
cute.
Does that make you happy?
Yeah.
Oh,
The effusive
she's
nature
so
she
cute.
has.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Effusive. That means expressive.
it's like diction.
That's my dick.
Yeah.
Nick,
Suck my dick.
this
shit.
is great to be back. Are you happy we're back with season 2?
I'm glad Celia's doing better, dude. In the
shit
shit studio.
And I heard Mother's Cunt. It's weird when you walk into this particular studio, like Elvis is the one we usually record in, and
Right.
it says star on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Ours says your mother's cunt. It's really weird, but I think it's more my liking.
My mother donated before she died to the studio. she donated her cunt.
Hey, wrap it up for us, Nick. Where can people find us? What do you need to say? Let's see if you remember from last year what you're supposed to say. Thanks
Hey guys, you're doing great. If you guys have questions for me especially, or Lisa, or Celia as she becomes more evolved, you can email us at shrinkthishow@gmail.com. That's shrinkthishow@gmail.com. Listen to us on your iHeartRadio app or wherever the hell you get podcasts. Please give us a follow.
Oh, please give it up. Follow.
I fucked up the order.
Oh, you're so stupid. You know what you forgot to say, though?
I slept like shit.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for that. They don't need to thank.
I'll give them a thanks for listening. Sincerely, thanks for listening. We love you. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, f*** you.